Hello there, everybody. We are back from the Albuquerque. Yeah, we are. We're back from the Albuquerque Balloon Festival. Oh my goodness. He's not going to be here very long.
No.
I just want to show you.
He's had so much energy.
Herky's made it back. He's got the zoomies this morning, so I am sure that while we're videoing this, he's going to be
zooming
around. So let's put him down. Hey, we had a lot of responses from our series of videos we did on like going out to the Albuquerque Balloon Festival and being at the Albuquerque Balloon Festival. So we thought, rather than try to answer in detail every message that we got, although I did make some attempt to reply, we just talk about our experience there, and hopefully this gives you some ideas on how to plan your trip.
So we're going to do 3 categories. What to do beforehand, what to do for camping there, and what to know while you're there.
The activities and things to do while you're there.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So starting off, we're going to jump right in this because we got a lot to cover here.
Right.
What to do
beforehand.
Yeah, what to do beforehand. So I handled this, so I'll pretty much.
Yes, you take this.
I'll take this category. So if I just want to warn you, if you think, you're just going to, like the weekend before, show up out there and camp. Now, you can get tickets at the gate the day of. They don't really restrict that. But if you think you're going to go out there the day of and camp.
On site.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
No.
It fills out months in advance. So I'll tell you what my experience is that in the first part of January, you got to go to the Albuquerque Balloon Festival site, and they'll let you know when the date is.
When it opens.
When open registration starts. I had 3 computers going at the same time with 3 email addresses. So what happens is they open up the registration at a given time on a given date, and it's going to sell out within minutes. Mm-hmm. So what you got to do is I got 3 computers going with 3 emails addresses logged into the virtual queue, and out of those 3, we got 1 camping spot, and it was gone in like 7 minutes, something like that. The whole thing was over. So that's what you need to do. You need to find out the date and get your computer set up. Now, I gotta say, don't lose hope if you did not get a. If you didn't get in, don't lose hope, because...
Well, that's actually number 2.
Oh, okay. If it's sold out, get on a waiting list.
Yes.
Because...
companies buy up a bunch, and then they release them later.
So like escapees, full-time families.
Right.
There's a lot of club type of things that buy up all these tickets, and then they don't use them all. So
yeah.
I would say, so we signed up under 3 email addresses, and 2 of the email address, Nancy's was the one that hit. The 2 other email addresses, my personal email and then the Hanging with Herky, both got invitations later on that our number had come up on the waiting list. So
like 4 months out.
Yeah.
So you have plenty of notice ahead of time.
Right.
Yeah.
So make sure you get put on the waiting
and
list.
The third thing is very important, I think.
Download the app on your phone.
Yes.
So the Balloon Festa has an app, and so prior to you arriving and all that, they give you notifications and
step by step.
So,
and then there's like every day there's what's going on, and there's so much going on. Even when the balloons aren't going off, there's stuff going on.
Right.
So you do need that app.
So just to reserve early.
Get on the waiting list.
Get on the waiting list if you don't, and download the app. Now, the other thing that I would add to this that we didn't actually write down here beforehand is you need some sort of place to stay the night before your camp there, unless you live close by and you can just drive in that morning. We'll talk about this later. But you need to think about reservations or make some sort of way that think about, because you're going to want to try to arrive to the campground about 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
And so you got to think about where you're going to stay at the night before. That's about an hour drive away or something.
We stayed at the Cracker Barrel, but you can't depend on that.
Right. I wouldn't recommend
our
that.
Our friends Peg and Greg were like an hour and a half ahead of us. They got to Cracker Barrel, and they saved us a site right next to them, a parking spot. So we did stay at Cracker Barrel. We ate there, but it was packed.
I wouldn't.
It was packed.
I wouldn't count on that.
No.
I would try to find me a place about an hour outside of Albuquerque.
And we tried Cabela's. They said no.
Mm-hmm. So,
which we've stayed at that Cabela's before, but this time they said no, and we think it was.
There's
because
so many
of the
RVs in Albuquerque during that time.
It's amazing.
Just think about that. That's the things you need to do before. So.
Okay. So camping on site.
It's not really camping. It's kind of like parking.
Right. Well, I think you saw that in our video. You need a table if you're going to run a generator for fire reasons, which that really confuses me because it's all gravel. But that's the rule. So we took a metal table. It needs to be metal.
So the generator policy is very liberal there.
Yeah.
They pretty much everybody runs generators, and it's kind of like a NASCAR race type thing. The thing is that I did notice is like people had tailpipes on their generators going up in the air, or
if it was attached to a motorhome.
Yeah, or if you got a standalone generator, they had it attached like chained to the front of their vehicle, so the nose was it's basically out in the roadway. So you need a metal table for your generator.
Right. And I'm not sure why. And take extra gas with you for your generator.
Yeah, it's really hard. I think we cover that. It's really hard to get in and out of the campground once you're there. Yes.
We didn't, because we're not going to leave little dude there all by himself. But you can leave your rig and go, but it's just so much easier to, when you get there, be prepared to stay there.
Right. Have gone to your major Dollar General run. They have water available, but I'd recommend showing up with water, everything that you're going to need for the days that you're going to be there. I recommend that.
It's a dirt parking lot, so just be prepared for rain. They do water down the road for dust purposes, but if it's a rainy day, I mean, it's going to be nasty, so you kind of just want to be prepared for that, I guess. Yeah. And
we didn't set out our awning while we were there because the wind gusts come up. We did, but we didn't leave it up. So
like when we were eating lunch or dinner or whatever, we would roll it out and then put it back up before we left.
Yeah, you don't want to go to bed or go off to the balloon field because out of nowhere the wind can come up and carry it away. So I would make sure that keep your setup to a minimal. I didn't see anybody with tents set up there, so I think it all has to be hard side.
Well,
but we did see rooftop tents.
Right, but in two different areas they had tents set up in a grassy area, but they were all the same tents. So we think you could rent a tent, maybe. We're not sure about that one.
We were in the South RV lot. So within the South RV lot, there is different sections. Now, we just took the lowest price one we could get. There, in the South RV lot, they have an area called the box. The box.
Well, I think you showed it in the video.
Yeah, and what happens is a lot of the balloons just take off and they land right in the campground. They don't go very far. So, and then some people actually take off from the campground too. So if you got you a site
by the
box, it was more expensive. And then
but you can help with the balloons. But you can do that on the field
There's the presidential lot. There's several other lots. We can only speak for the south lot that we were in. There was some amenities in some of the places we've seen, but you need to go on the website and look. We're not experts on it.
Well, in the spot where we were down, they did have like the full-time family spot, and then next to that was the Airstreams, and then up was us. And it's a pretty big lot. It was a mile, 1.72 miles from our site down to the field.
It was quite a walk.
Right.
Somebody asked me about along the lines of the camping. Somebody said, "Could you bring a bike?" I did see people there with bike, but they charge you to park the bike down. They have like a bike valet, so the bike racks are like $5 a piece.
Right, if you ride it to the field.
So for us, it wasn't worth $10 to ride a bike.
We just walked.
Yeah.
And they do have a shuttle bus. And they have several stops around, but a On weekends, they run fabulous. Through the week, we never did figure out that schedule. I did see buses, but we didn't ride one because we couldn't figure out the schedule. So maybe you can be better than us.
So each quadrant in the campground, if we're going to call it that, has a bus stop, a shuttle stop, and they have some benches there and a tent. They have a dumpster for your trash and a porta potty.
Right.
In each one. There is no showers or anything like that.
Now, they do have the service of if you need your tank, if you have a big rig, if you need your tanks pumped out, they will do that for $30. If you need your tanks filled with water, they'll do that for $30. Cash only.
Bring cash.
Yeah, bring cash. Bring cash for the whole thing. Anyway, and then we already talked about the supplies beforehand. It just makes it easier.
It's the largest collection of RVs you've ever seen in your life.
If you're shopping for a new RV, that's the place to go.
Yeah.
Not an RV show. You need to go to Albuquerque Balloon Festival.
Talk to people that have RVs.
Right, because they're sitting outside and you can just it's really nice.
It's super dusty. They do a good job of keeping it watered down, but it's dusty. So and there's no showers there. So but man, we loved it. We had a great time.
Now the third session. Things you need to know when you're there on the field. First, leave early. We got up about 3:30, 3:45, and we were headed down to the field by 4:15 because you want to see the dawn patrol. It is amazing.
Everybody's up.
Yeah.
Yeah. The whole campground's going to get up around 3:30 or 4 o'clock.
Right, and you're walking down with everybody. The dawn patrol is just amazing.
So in the morning, early in the morning, they launch about 7, maybe a dozen balloons as a test to see what the wind's like, what the conditions are like, and then they have the flag raising. You've seen that.
Well, the dawn patrol goes up, and then just at dawn, these skydiver things come down, and one of them has a huge American flag. You stand, they play the national anthem. And then the balloons, they start rolling in with the balloons. Trucks start coming in, and they start bringing out the balloons and getting them set up. It's amazing. We can show you pictures, we can tell you about it, but you just don't understand it until you are there standing next to one of those balloons getting ready to go up.
Just prepare that you're going to get up early.
Yes.
If you don't get up early, the morning thing is all over by 9 or so. So you can go back.
9 or 10.
You can go back and take a nap.
Yes, and we did. So
you need to.
Yeah. Another thing that's really good. Take a wagon or a cart to put your stuff in.
Like those little grocery
right
things.
Here's a picture. Anyway, because here's what you do. You layer your clothes because you're going to be cold that morning. Sock cap, gloves, scarf, t-shirt, flannel shirt, sweatshirt, jacket. And as the day goes on, you start taking off layers. You have something to put it in.
It's cold in the morning.
Yes. And I even took a blanket to cover my legs. Lawn chairs. So the wagon and the cart gives you something to put all that in.
We did see some people that did not have lawn chairs. They just took a blanket, set it on the ground. We're not doing that.
Right.
But it's possible. You can do that.
Now, another thing, too, is you could take like a cooler for your drinks and your snacks if you don't want to leave. Because once you leave that ground, you have to pay to get back in for the night session, for the night glow. So some people just stay all day. There are shops, there's food, but it's expensive. A bottle of water is like $4, and a bottle of soda is $7. So take a cooler, snacks if you want. If you don't, there's food there.
That might be a good time to talk about how the tickets work. So you're gonna buy. I would recommend when you go online to buy them ahead of time. So this year was
they're $10 ahead.
$10 a section, 15 at the gate. So, but you're gonna need 2 per day because they have a morning session and an evening session. So,
unless you stay all day.
Because they don't come through and kick everybody out. You could get in on one ticket. Us, we just used 2 tickets a day. We went in the morning and then in the afternoon too. So just keep that in mind. I bought a family pack of 4, I think it was, online for $40, and that was the best way to do it. So keep that in mind.
We ended up buying more because we wanted to see the Dawn Patrol more than once. Mm-hmm. We wanted to see the Night Glow more than once. So we did do extra. Back to the cart and the wagon. That is necessary because
a lot of stuff.
You do bring stuff with you. And you don't want to carry a backpack the whole time. And you do want chairs. Mm-hmm. And then bring cash. We've said that before. We're going to say it again and again. Bring cash. Yes, some places do take cards, but it's just easier and faster if you have cash because they do have a cash line and it goes quick at the vendors. So
the other thing too, just interject here, is when you think about prices, think state fair.
Yes,
because I
think it was higher than our state fair. Just to be honest,
it was ridiculous, the prices for food and things like that. So that's why we didn't buy a lot of food on the fairgrounds, I guess you might call it. We didn't buy a lot of food on there. It was just the prices were absorbent. So.
Well, we did it once, and what was it? I got that thing of French fries that we shared. $22.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
I mean, we both ate on it. It's huge, but $22.
Yeah,
there you go. Don't make my mistake.
Yeah, we brought snacks with us.
Yeah.
After that.
Well, Peg, our friends were there too. Mm-hmm. And Peg,
They found a deal.
She was more prepared.
They found a deal with some hot dogs. I think that were a little bit cheaper.
Yeah, they're $2.
They were $2 for hot dogs.
Yeah.
But other than that, the prices were just crazy. Crazy. So
another thing, do at least one whole weekend because that's when a lot of the activities are weekends. Mm-hmm. They do stuff through the week, but the weekends are the jam-packed fun stuff. Mm-hmm.
One of the things, since we're talking about like the timing of like when you're going to be there and how long you should stay and stuff like that, we really lucked out. And knowing what I know now, I probably would not make that mistake again, although it turned out all right for us, is we booked like 3 nights there. Mm-hmm. And from what I understand, in years past, they've had weather patterns get socked in there, and they can't even launch the balloons for a couple days. So, you just really think about how much time you got to invest in it. If we go back again, we're gonna book more days.
I would like a week myself. Now, right in the middle of the week, they don't do anything. Is that correct? Like Wednesday, Thursday's nothing.
It's pretty sparse. There is things, but it's very sparse.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I would like to stay a full week next time, but
your main activities are going to be Friday, Saturday, Sunday is the main draw.
Right. So Dawn Patrol is a must, and then right after Dawn Patrol, they launch the balloons, which is amazing. And be prepared because you saw in the video, Ed and Greg were standing there, and the guy said, "Hey, do you mind helping us get this balloon up?" They're like, "Not at all." So they were so excited about that. So be prepared for that.
You'll also be able to, there also is some opportunities to just stand there and help catch balloons when they come back down. When people are...
Yeah, Greg did that because this guy was coming down. He's like, "Hey, can you help me catch my balloon?" And Greg's like, "Sure." And so he did, and then there was a trash can in the way, and Greg had to pull the trash can out.
That was in the video,
and get it all down.
Yeah, I think there was over 500 balloons there. So they're just right on top of each other.
Yeah.
So there's plenty of opportunity to interact. I would say that's one of the things that makes the Balloon Festival so cool is it's not a spectator, you're actually participating.
Also, like when you're helping them take off or come in, ask them because they have trading cards. I didn't trade mine, but out of 550 balloons, I only got 27. But they're just so cool. Like I got one from the balloon that Ed and
Nope, you just passed it.
Did I?
Right there.
that Ed and Greg helped launch. And it tells the stats on the back and stuff. They're just really, really cool. So yeah.
Kind of like baseball cards.
Yes. So ask for those if you go. They hand them out. And it's just, I don't know, it's just so much fun.
So, it's kind of interesting is we went into this as like, oh, I want to do that sometime, but not really knowing what we're going to get into. And it was
so much fun.
It was off the charts.
Yeah.
In my opinion, it's the greatest RV event in the United States.
Yeah.
Not that I'm an expert on it, but
right.
I think it's great.
But you got to make sure, do a dawn patrol, do a liftoff, do a night glow. In fact, so we thought, well, we would do each one time. We did them multiple times. So yeah, we would go. And another thing, there's enough stuff. If you stay the whole week, and when they don't have stuff, you can leave. And we went to old Albuquerque. There's Santa Fe's close by. There's so much stuff there in New Mexico that, you could leave and go do stuff when there's nothing going on.
Right, you just don't want to plan. You don't want to be trying to come back
while they're launching balloons.
While they're launching balloons, they don't like you to drive around the campground while they're launching balloons. But secondly, they the traffic in and out of the place during the sessions is just crazy. So if you could get out after a session or before a session, it's fine. So yeah. It's good. We will definitely. We're probably not going to do it again next year, but we're going to definitely go back again. That was a lot of fun. So,
most definitely. Yeah. Also on site there is the hot air balloon museum. We did not do it.
It was packed. There were so many people in there.
But the people that we have talked to that did it said it's worth it. We will try to do it next time. But yeah,
might be a regret that I almost regret that we didn't just go over there and do it, but it was really packed.
Yeah.
The other thing,
there's tons of stuff to do.
Before you go, I would recommend going on Google Earth and kind of getting a
bird's eye view.
Bird's eye view. We didn't do that. You can see. So we kind of drove around a little bit, and I can tell you that the thing is staffed by a lot of volunteers, and you'll get a different answer for it. If you ask 5 people the same question, you're going to get 5 different answers. The volunteers were very friendly and wonderful.
Yeah.
We didn't run into any grumpy old people or anything like that. It's just that,
the right hand doesn't know what the left hand's doing. Or the right hand, left hand.
Asking for directions to stuff, nobody really seems to know anything. Yeah. They're just standing on their street corner. So anyway.
But nice, friendly people, yeah.
We did have a really good experience when we got there, and you seen us pull up to the gate there, and they wouldn't let us in. A gentleman came over. He was like in charge of rallying of the campers. In other words, he dispatched people to different spots, and I started talking to him, and he looked at our camper, and he got us that awesome spot by the back fence.
He said, I know exactly where I'm going to put you when they open up. He said, do you mind walking? No.
So the advantage of being over by the fence is you're up on the hill and you got the whole vista in front of you. You can see, and the other camping areas, the campers are just filed in, right? So if you walk out your door, all that you're going to see is the next RV. You have
to almost set your chair out in the road to get any
air. Where we were at up on that fence line, man, we had the whole valley in front of us. We could see. So if I go back again, I'm going to try to get that spot, because that was
when we go back we're going to get that spot. So anyway, there you have it in the nutshell. Our experience. And we loved it.
We're not experts on it, but we've done it. No. We've done it once, and hopefully this helps you. If you got a tiny camper, it's doable. You just need to make sure you have maybe a porta potty or something like that. Although they do have John's there, but you know how that goes. But anyway, it's doable with a tiny camper. I hope.
And on the grounds they have massive porta potties.
Yeah.
And they're clean.
Down on the balloon launch field.
Right. Yeah. There's like 4 different spots, and probably 100 to 150 porta potties.
Yeah, I think the other thing, just in wrapping up here, the thing we didn't cover is there's just so much entertainment. There was some really cool bands. The Army band was there.
Mm-hmm.
There's
Local
music
bands.
all the time. There's entertainment all the time. It's like going to a fair. So plenty to do, plenty to see. So
Yeah.
I hope this has helped you out a little bit. I hope it answered some of your questions as we went through this and kind of thought about some things people put online and sent us emails
And
about.
things we thought about. Peg and I put our minds together and, like, what do we wish we would have known before we got here?
Great time.
Yeah.
Make sure you start early. January, you gotta plan ahead. So
Get up early.
All right. Thanks for watching our videos. Hey, we appreciate everybody that watches our videos every week. And hey, would you do us a favor if you like our stuff, give us a thumbs up or subscribe to our channel. We really appreciate it. Back on the road, more content. Hope you enjoy it.
Bye now.